Hi there guys, and welcome to another Train Sim 2018 video. Today we're doing something slightly different and new again, another BH Reskins creation. I think this was Alex that's part of BH Reskins that did this one. This is the Class 155 in the new Northern livery, which I was quite excited to see really. We haven't had that many 155 repaints for the 153, and this one works pretty well. I haven't had a chance to look at it up close, but we'll give it a go today and have a good look at it. Already I can tell you that I prefer the yellow on the front of this. It does look much better than the Just Trains cream that tends to be on there. Of course, it is just two 153s put together. It's not actually a 155, so there is still the intermediate cabs on this, but he's done quite a clever little thing to sort of disguise them, which I quite like. So let's get going, and we'll get to those bits and pieces when we get to them. We are at the moment in York, and today you're in charge of 2 Golf 11, one of the Sunday-only services that runs from York to Knaresborough. Please release your doors and set your cab up to depart at 13:04. Okay, we can do that. Also, let's get the doors open. And we're going at 13:04, so we've got a little bit of time to have a look. So this is it. And what he's done is he's changed the yellow for black, which means you don't tend to massively notice it, which is quite cool. I don't know what it's going to be like when we get going. There will be two different numbers just the way I've done it, so it's 343 on the back and 345 on the front, but we won't moan about that too much. Can I change the destinations? Let's see. I can't, but you might be able to. It might just be my funny key bindings. So let's get set up anyway. Let's get some lights on. There we go, and they're nice lights as well. They're sort of LED markers on those. I like them. I do like them actually. Instrument lights. We don't need to worry about any heaters or anything. Let's have the window down. Looks quite nice out there. We're about ready to go. Nice interior view as well there. Don't know if that is the proper Northern moquette or anything that's on those chairs. I'm not massively a fay with the 155s. I have been on one many moons ago. Don't know what the guard's buzzer is on this. And I'm sure the 155, well, I'm not sure. I think the 155s may or may not do this service in real life. I just wanted something to give it a blast with, really. And I hadn't done this route for a while, so it felt fitting. But I think it does look the part, actually. I think these have got different seats these days, but I may be wrong. So one of you guys in the comments will let me know anyway. Such a dinky little cab. It's one of the cab models I quite like from Just Trains. It is nice. And with the Armstrong Powerhouse pack on top of it, it does make a damn difference. It's not perfect by any stretch, but it's good enough. Better than the default sounds, I can tell you that for nothing. So this is only us up to Knaresborough, so about 30 minutes from now. I'm actually really looking forward to getting back out on this route. It's one of the ones that I keep driving in my own time, which is very rare, I will say. It's not often I get to drive trains in my own time anymore, but when I do, this tends to be the one I go for. Except I haven't started from York in ages. I tend to always come out of Leeds just because it's novel. A little bit stuttery there. And that is 100% my end, not the route at all. And this is Poppleton. So the 155s were built by Leyland Bus at Workington, incorporating some Leyland National Bus components between 1987 and 1988 as part of British Rail's replacement of its ageing first-generation diesel fleet. 42 units were originally built, however only 7 remain. The other 35 units were converted into Class 153 railcars. Class 155 train is made up of two 23-metre coaches. Were fitted with a Cummins NT 855 R5, 285 horsepower engines and Voith transmission. So the fleet was part of the Super Sprinter build, the other half of which was the 156 fleet, and was built by Leyland with similar construction techniques to the Pacers. So you can see the similarities between them. How long are we here for? A little bit of a cheat coming up. Shh, you haven't noticed that. The fleet was part of the Super Sprinters fleet. That's all well and good. I never really think of a of a 155 or a 153 as a Super Sprinter of any type, really. So you can see that it's the similarities between the Pacers. Probably a perfect time to show you if that thing's stopping as well, which it's not. Oh, it is. So you can see the riveted construction and the body lines on that, very much like a Leyland National. It's the same on the 155s as well. So they're Advel rivets. They're holding preformed panels together in a lightweight body on a welded floor assembly. The large number of windows makes the vehicle look unusually long, although the fact the vehicles are very long for such lightly built bodies has led to a slight sag being apparent in certain coaches. This is very true. Albi's got some cracking photos of some saggy 153s. These will look nice and straight because they're in a game, but they actually do, in the middle, they do slightly sag. Quite a few of them do, some more than others, but they all do sag a little bit. The introduction was rapid, but teething trouble soon emerged. The units were the first BRDMUs with sliding plug automatic doors, which closed to provide a smooth body side rather than sliding back into the body shell. The system used in the 150s has the doors slide back into the body. These, of course, are sliding plug doors, which means that they come out of the body. You see? And they slide back in and plug back in. The doors originally didn't work properly, and there were reports of them opening while trains were in use. Consequently, the fleet was taken out of use and modified, with the 156s taken over their diagrams. So if you look on YouTube, there is a 155 video about the refurbs of the modifications that were made and how to drive them and if there was any issues with the doors and stuff, with a really cool looking Cardiff base guard who looks like something straight out of the 70s. It's hilarious. One of my favourite videos to watch on YouTube. Following a rework of the fleet, performance improved substantially. An emerged requirement for the replacement of rural line stock saw BR decide to convert the regional railways fleet into single cars and replace the elderly class 121s and 122s. These single cars, introduced 30 years previously, had been threatened with withdrawal and replacement by the Pacer fleet, although the Pacers had proved to be unable to work the sharply curving, steeply gradient branch lines involved. Instead, the Pacers were moved to replace a number of Class 150s. The 150s took over certain 156 diagrams, and the 156s took on the 155 services, which were not handed over to the new Class 158s. The 155s emerged from the workshop in single car Class 153 and were put to work augmenting two-car units on the quiet Cornish, Welsh, Northwestern, Norfolk and Lincolnshire branch lines. So they've had a complex bit of history, haven't they? So 153s, of course, do not operate north of the Scottish border, and what actually happened with all of this was that because of the way some of the 155s were procured through the passenger transport executives, the West Yorkshire passenger transport executive refused to allow the 7 units which they owned to be converted, and these were merely modified to operate reliably in the original form. The conversion to single car units was notable for not requiring any external doors to be moved, although this has led to the number 2 cab being unusually cramped despite expended vestibules in the area. So one of the cabs on a 153 is absolutely teeny, and hence why they were called dog boxes. So you see how this one has like a window and a little bit at the front there. The ones further at the other end are actually just tiny. And they really are tiny. If you ever get a chance to look at a 153, have a look in the smaller cab and you'll be surprised at how much they cram in there. So 7 further Class 155s, so that was 155341 and 155347, were built in 1988 for West Yorkshire Passenger Transport Executive for metro train services and remain in their original formations today. They do suit this line anyway. I do hope they do run on it, because they definitely suit it. So there's also some bits on the train testing page about it, and it says here that let's not speed too much. Fitted with the Cummins NT855R5 engines and four transmission, these Leyland-built 2 by 23 metre long units were, in the author's opinion, the worst of the modern generation of sprinters. Built by Leyland Bus at Workington and having no prototype to evaluate the units, this was a departure from the practice at the time, and they suffered from a number of serious problems, particularly with gauging issues, which was the footsteps, and door troubles. This was born out of their early conversion to the ubiquitous Class 153 single car units, or scuds as they're affectionately known. The hell is going on? Well, they're not playing ball either. That sounds like wheel slip. Okay then. Sounds dog rough, this one, doesn't it? There's a really interesting photo. They to check clearances, they basically fitted the exterior. So we're talking, if I show you on here, about just behind this door here and in the middle of here, with a rib of polystyrene. So if it came back with any polystyrene missing, there was gauging issues. It's quite clever. Quite like that way of doing it. It says, note the polystyrene in the 155 as an aid to gauge clearance testing. If it got back with some missing, then the clearances were too tight. Hamilton, let's hope we can pull away from here without that weird noise happening again. I'm not sure if that's an issue with the AP pack or what. Which doesn't sound healthy. There we go. I think we'll be limping this one back into Knaresborough. Quite like it when train sim plays up a little bit like this. One thing I like to see, and especially like the Just Trains Voyager and things like that, are those sort of random failures. I do like them implemented. Things don't always run smoothly. I know they're not random, you have to put scenario markers in and whatnot for them, I get that, but I would like to see some sort of random failure thing initiated. The Class 90 by Wagons has it as well. I could be driving this so much better as well. I'm a bit out of knack. I haven't really driven since my stream last Sunday, so it's been over a week since I've been on Train Sim, which is actually really rare for me. But as I've been away, it's sort of allowed, I suppose. Now that actually... it's quite a nice screen. She seems alright if I pull away. Just doesn't like pulling away slowly. Just very suited to this route, isn't it? And it's nice to see BH Reskins back on it with releasing some stuff. I know he's been very busy with his new job and stuff. And Alex, who does a lot of the work with him as well, seems to be pulling some stuff out, so it's nice to see. Oh, we've got our silly noise again. They sound very quiet externally, don't they? So I've only got to limp it back 2 miles and then we can leave it for the fitters to deal with. Wow. Let's give it a bit of power to get back up the hill. We can come off the power again as we start climbing. It's been quite a challenging drive, not to deafen you guys with this weird sound. Still one of the prettiest bits of Train Simulator coming up on ever. I know we're not going to cross the bridge because we're stopping here, but I will fly over there to let you have a look. And in the summer it is my aim to get up and do this line properly. So just before I go and open the doors, that is actually the one I want. There we go. I will take you guys that haven't seen this down to here. Check this out. What a absolutely stunning view in Train Sim. Anyway, before I get all caught up doing that and get all emotional over a route, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe already. Hit that like button if you've liked it. If you don't, you know what to do. And I will catch you next time. So once again, guys, thanks ever so much, and I'll see you soon.